There's a quote often attributed to billionaire businessman Warren Buffett, and it goes like this: the most important decision you will ever make in your life is not about your money or your career. It's about who you marry. Not your job, not your investments, not your accomplishments, but who you marry. And he's right, because this decision changes everything else. It shapes your future, your family, your happiness, and even your path to holiness. Yet in today's world, we prepare way more for our careers, for example, than for our marriages. We have this thought that we can just figure it out as we go, but marriage isn't something that you want to really stumble into. Marriage is something that you want to walk into with your eyes wide open and being really confident in what you're choosing as you're walking through that door. And here's where I need to be honest with you. Most people spend more time preparing for their wedding than for their marriage. We prepare for careers, we prepare for being homeowners, we even prepare for buying a car. And when it comes to this most important choice of our lives, we're told to follow our heart, trust the vibes, and it'll all work out, right? That's not a plan. That is a disaster waiting to happen. And here's the truth that no one tells you: you will feel the weight of this decision every single day for the rest of your life. And most people are not equipped to make this decision well. That's why investing in yourself and in building the skills is so crucial, because love is not enough a lot of times. Marriage requires mastery over yourself. It requires courage. It requires virtue. And these things are built, they're not just stumbled upon. Hi, if we haven't met yet, my name is Laura Jean. I'm the founder of Let's Be Saints Co. and a voice for millennial and Gen Z Catholics who are tired of surface, shallow love, casual flings, and confusing advice, and are ready to build a marriage that's actually worth their yes. With a background in marriage and family theology and years of formation work, I bridge the gap between what the church teaches and what you're experiencing in your life right now, on dates, over text, and in every moment where your desire for love meets your call to holiness. And let's be really honest. The world has lost the map when it comes to love. It tells us to follow our heart, but doesn't teach us how to not be a slave to it. It celebrates independence, but gives us no tools about how to build real intimacy. It hands you apps, opinions, and instant gratification, but offers almost nothing when it comes to building a relationship that actually lasts. But there is another way, and a way that leads to real intimacy, real commitment, and a love that reflects the heart of God. And that is what I am here to help you build. And in today's video, I'm going to give you the starting point of what to look for when you're making this big choice of your life, this most important choice of your life, and how to choose your spouse wisely. So let's jump right into it. How to make the most important choice of your life. Now, a lot of us think when it comes to choosing a spouse, it's all about finding the right person. But the reality is, it's about choosing a flawed person and choosing them with your eyes wide open. This choice is beautiful, it's monumental, and it's really freeing, but it also carries really great responsibility. There are 3 components in choosing well in this way, and these are really important because these are the things that you will have to live with for the rest of your life, so you want to make sure that you're choosing really well. I'm going to give you kind of the big picture here, and again, this is just kind of a starting point for making this big decision. Knowing how to discern values and character and readiness for marriage, that's a whole skill set, and it's one that I think is really, really important for every person to build for themselves before you're saying yes to a lifelong covenant. So let's just jump right in. The first one is values. When you get married, it is about unity, right? It's about joining your lives, but it's also about joining worldviews. And so you want to look at what they value with their time, with their attention, with their resources, and with their words. And you don't want to just look at what they're saying they're valuing, but what are they actually living out, right? Ask yourself, do we believe the same core things about life, about marriage, about family? Do we prioritize faith in the same way? Marriage is about unity, and if your values are misaligned, you will have constant strain at the deepest level throughout the entirety of your marriage. But I do have to say that discerning values is not always an easy task because a lot of people are sincere, but they themselves are confused. They may not even realize where their priorities lie. And so, this is why formation and mentorship matter so much because you need tools to see clearly and not be swayed by surface impressions. Number two, character. Character is everything. And these things I find so much advice on, but so often it's the one thing that is just thrown out the window as soon as you like have a person in front of you. And it's really a problem because character is so important. And remember, you're not just choosing your spouse's character for yourself, but you're also choosing them as the potential mother or father of your children. The character that you are choosing is really important, so make sure that you're looking at that. And I know that this can be really hard sometimes to really get to the bottom of it because certain people can be really good at hiding who they truly are for a long time. And so again, this is something where you need these skills to really break down and understand the character of someone standing in front of you. Number three, life and social aspect. Now, these are one of those things where it's kind of like, okay, makes sense, but are you in the same life stage? Do you want the same things out of life right now? Do you speak the same language? Do you live in the same place? Like all of these things are really important and sometimes overlooked. But it's really important because what you dream and what you want out of this life is something to look at when you're building this relationship and bringing your lives together. And it's not that you need to find a perfect match for yourself, that you align on every single thing, but more so that you can meld these ideas together and that you can build something together where one person isn't just getting left behind. This kind of clarity, it takes guided reflection, something that I teach in my deeper formation work. So if you need help in this area, I can certainly help you with that. And at the end of the day, right, this is your choice. No one can or should make this for you, which is why you have to choose with your eyes wide open. Take time to look at these things because they're important, right? What do they value? What is their character life? What are these social aspects of your life? What would that look like when you are together? And if you're not sure if you can evaluate these things well, you need formation. You need a process because this is not a choice that you can make lightly. It's not something that you can make based on feelings alone. You need a lot more data going into this choice of marriage. Again, this is the most important choice that you will ever make in your life. And here's something that no one really talks about, but I certainly will because it's so important. When you choose someone to marry, you're choosing all of them. You're choosing the good, the beautiful, the hard, the broken. You are choosing all of them. There is no picking and choosing here what you like about them, but like what you could just like do without. There's none of that. You are choosing all of them. When you commit to someone on the altar, you are literally committing to them for better, for worse, in sickness or in health, for richer, for poor, until death do you part. And if you're blessed with children, you're also committing to raising them together. No one is perfect. And no one is saying that your spouse is going to be either. That is why this choice is so important and must be made with your eyes wide open and a heart grounded in reality. We cannot be up in the clouds over here when we're making this decision for the rest of our lives. Because when the hard seasons come, because they absolutely will, you have to remember that you chose this person and you chose all of them, their past, their future, not just their potential and who they can be one day, but you're choosing them as they are that day at the altar. And that is so, so, so crucial to understand. And if more people realize that, we'd start making a little bit different decisions with our lives, wouldn't we? You're also choosing permanency in a culture that fears it. Our culture does not like the idea of permanency of choice at all. We're trained to keep every door open, to keep every option available, but marriage asks for something deeper. It asks for courage, for mastery over your will, and a love that perseveres through seasons. This choice is not something that you can just choose something else later down the road. There is a permanency of this choice of marriage that our culture is trying really, really hard to erase. When you're saying yes to someone, you're choosing to say no to other things. You're choosing to close other doors so that you can walk fully through one that matters most. And this takes deep roots, it takes maturity, and it takes grace. So yes, Warren Buffett was absolutely correct. Who you marry is the most important decision you will make of your life. But how you prepare for that choice and who you become in this process is equally as important. And this is where most people need help. Most of us were not taught to make this choice well. Most of us were taught by a culture of casual dating, instant gratification, and self-focus. If you want to go deeper and truly prepare for this choice, that's exactly what I do inside of my programs. So click the link below to learn more and to see how we can work together. But for today, I want to leave you with this. Marriage is not about finding someone perfect. It's about choosing someone imperfect and loving them so well. Choose wisely, choose prayerfully, and remember, your yes is sacred. If this video spoke to you, I am so glad. I would love for you to comment, share, subscribe if you're not already, and share this with a friend who might need to hear this today. We're not in this life alone, and someone might be wondering on some of these topics, so go ahead and send this video over to them. I am so happy that you've been here, and I can't wait to dive into another topic again soon. I'm cheering for you.